Sweet. All right. Cool. Let's get going. Thank you all for joining tonight. Appreciate you being on. I should have known better that it's winter break, but maybe that prompted more of you to jump on tonight. Who knows? But I think when I grew up in school, we didn't have a winter break, so y'all kids are lucky. Okay. Cool. Again, thanks for being on. I'll jump right into it. Just for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Tyler. I'm the director and the coach for the Team Summit mountain bike program. This is my fourth year upcoming here. Kind of hard to believe, time has flown by, but I'm super excited to be back and helping out these young shredders that have been part of our programs, new and returning. I grew up in Wisconsin, grew up there most of my life. Lived in Minneapolis for 5 years, and then I moved to Breckenridge in January 21 with my wife Haley and dog Jasper. And now, this past August, we had our first child, baby girl. Her name is Eleanor. She's already crushing it on the piano. So that's just been a joy. Being on paternity leave with her, watching her grow. She's just naked behind me and got done with the bath with mom. So been a super proud moment for me as a dad there. As far as biking goes, I'm BICP level 2 instructor certified. A couple of cycling milestones that I've completed, primarily in the endurance world. Breck Epic, White Rim in a Day, 244-mile gravel race across Minnesota, Matahay out in South Dakota, Buck 150 race. I've been doing the Firecracker the past couple of years. Last year, I've kind of been battling back injuries and stuff. Well, luckily, I've been able to coach, or I was able to coach last year, just not quite to the level that I normally do, but at least I was able to get out there and not be able to not do anything. So hopefully I get back into it this year. Also a certified nutrition coach, run my own business. It's called Bike Goods. Just released a new cookbook. It's called The Baking Biker. Just released that this winter. A few kids have helped out in the past just with, I like to use the business and put 10% of sales back to youth programs here in the county, including Team Summit, Smart Bellies. I'm going to be working with Cycle Effect and a few other youth organizations this year. Last year, we had kids come to Cool River Coffee House in Breck and bake some cookies that we used as a fundraiser that got us 2 new bike racks for our team van. So super cool to have those for day trips, weekend trips. Also work a full-time job working for Team Snap. It's a youth sports management app, kind of a competitor to Play Metrics, which some of you may be aware of, but anywho, it doesn't really matter. So I'm not going to read through all of this around the mission and values at Team Summit, but we are a youth development organization empowering athletes. Now I'm reading through it. You've probably seen this before, but the big thing I like to key on, and you'll see this kind of reflect in our programming, our events, and what we do, whole athlete, whole team, whole community. So even though it's biking, I like to do a lot of things as a team and get involved with the community and give back. Really using the bike as a vehicle to grow our young athletes here. Coaching values and philosophy. So the mountain bike program aims to provide safe, fun, enjoyable experiences to help develop our athletes into lifelong cyclists and build skills that last a lifetime. Coaching philosophy. I like to provide a planned, systematic, progressive development of athletes through the long-term athlete development model. Some of you may have heard that before, also known as LTAD. You can see on the side, this little graph here, that's kind of a age approach as far as developing kids through programs and camps. Just to kind of fill you in with what kind of ranges we cater to right now. Obviously, the goal is to expand across all of these. But right now, primarily we're catering to the fundamentals age, learning to train, and training to train stages. I have some new things to share here this year that cater more to our older athletes. And then we haven't really got to the high school level yet. We do a little bit, but hopefully eventually we'll get there. But right now, focus mainly on the elementary, middle school age level kids. I'm always about having fun and creating a positive, safe sport environment for our athletes. As I mentioned before, big on fostering team building and creating that atmosphere with a shared purpose and goals. Building strong relationships with our teammates, coaches, communities, giving back, promoting inclusivity, fairness, and respect, and then rewarding process, not outcomes. So that's my philosophy in a nutshell. And to kind of sum it all up, I coach kids, not mountain biking. Oops. Another model I like to kind of point out to give you understanding of my philosophy too is from Project Play. It's called Sport for All, the Play for Life model. Again, we're trying to create lifelong cyclists here. So the goal with our program model for every child is to be physically literate by age 12. That is, like, every 12-year-old should have the ability, confidence, and desire to be active for life. So on the left here, this is kind of what they consider a broken model. The kind of a pyramid approach is that you start at a recreational level and then eventually get into travel, high school, college, pro. But that doesn't make room for all children. Kids can come into mountain biking at different ages. So what they recommend, or something that I like to follow, is their Sport for All, Play for Life model, and it's more of a square approach. So working up to age 12, we're just focused on fun, building that team building environment, and just them getting outside, being active up to age 12. Once they get past age 12, kind of around 6th, 7th grade ish, that's where they can continue to be playing biking, playing soccer, whatever, it doesn't matter, at that recreational level. And they could stay in this. And this is where most kids stay and up until they're, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80, people playing pickleball now and stuff at that level. Even though I hear it does get pretty competitive. And then there's obviously the competitive stage and then the elite stage, the very smallest. So by providing a model with our programs to help get kids active and outside, hanging with their friends, that's what you'll see in a lot of our programming. And then you'll start to see some more competitive programs come into play for those who have an interest at that level. And feel free to shout out with any questions you have along the way as I go through this. Happy to answer. Just want to show some quick snapshots of photos from the past year. As I mentioned, you'll see a lot of team group photos. Crested Butte Junior Bike Week. I think this was an end of fall kind of ride that we did as a team, shuttle ride. Got up to, I don't know where that was. Where the heck was that? I'll have to remember. Over on the right here, kids eating some pizza. We were in Fruta during spring break. Here we did a big ride and had a meal afterwards together as a team. Like I mentioned before with Bike Goods, we baked a bunch of cookies, some good, some bad. It didn't really matter. That wasn't the point. All these young kids got together, baked a bunch of cookies from a Bike Goods recipe from people who bought them, and that helped us purchase some bike racks. And then, it's not just through me either. We had a parent and families come together without my wife and I knowing, and for a surprise baby shower, which is really awesome. Most of our family's back home in Wisconsin. So to have this, we did some bike games. I think there's a baby doll on that back, and it was a relay race. So really fun time there with that. Pizza parties. I mean, more food. You'll see a lot of food. Here's Cooper, Gail. I like to show that picture. Like, yeah, we have a lot of fun, but we work hard too. That's after I think, a Colorado State championship race. You're in the team van doing some shuttle rides during the spring break trip. Lots of s'mores. You'll see that. Coach Noah here, he started helping out last year, playing some fun games. Coach Steve, I believe he'll be back this year too. He told me, helping out with some of our junior Devo programming and intro programming. So just want to show you that, to show a little bit of the culture. that we've built so far here at Team Summit, and we'll continue to do so. So to get in now, I'll start stepping into the spring and the summer programs and camps that we have planned for the year. Starting with spring, we're gonna have two programs. An outdoor riding program that's a little bit more recreational focused, fun. That starts in May. For 4 weeks, it's just about getting together, start to get outside when we can. It was a little cold last year when we did this. Pat Giverson, who I believe is on this call, is going to be helping out, I believe, one of those days. He has two daughters in the program, so thanks again, Pat, for helping us out on that. It's just a good way to start getting kids outside. We have a short riding season here, so anything we can do to kind of get them ready for summer before it's like summer, they'll climb up a huge hill, be gassed. I hate mountain biking. You know, that's the goal of that program, just to start to build some general fitness and start meeting new teammates. And then I'm also going to be running indoor cycling and strength. This is a little bit more performance-based program. Doesn't mean that anyone can't join it, but it's more about getting meeting at Copper Mountain at the Human Rosen Performance Center. I'm going to be getting trainers this year, get the kids set up on Zwift. So it will be fun. They'll be riding against one another, but it's a really good way to build fitness, especially in the shoulder mud seasons. So this is for 5th to 8th grades. We'll be having sessions on Mondays and Wednesdays. You can do 1 day a week or 2 days a week. I do only have 6 spots open for each of these days. So if this is something you're interested in, get signed up for it now. This is just due to gym space and being able to accommodate, myself as a coach for 6 kids there. So along with those programs, then we also have a few add-ons, is what I call them, or camps, through the weekend trip. Most of the feedback I got from parents, they didn't actually want to run a trip during actual school spring break this year. So more details and all of this, like that you see here, I'll be going over soon, and is in play metrics. So I'm not going to go into every little detail on each of these. I just want to give you a high level overview. But we're going to be doing this towards the end of April, I believe. I have a few day trips planned for Eagle and Salida. Just one thing to note about those, these aren't like intro level trips. There's more for intermediate riders who've also learned some skills, but really cool to go on those trips. 10 spots open for each of those, 2 vans, bike racks that hold 6, and we need 1 spot for 2 coaches. I'm saying that now just knowing that's what I have available, but if there are any parents who want to ride down, able to shuttle, talk to me. We can work something out there for volunteering and helping out and giving your time that way. But right now I just have 10 spots open for each of those day camps. And then the last 2 years we went to Durango, rode those local trails there along with Phil's World and Cortez. There's a race that goes on there. This is over Memorial Weekend. We'll go back there again. We'll be camping out, riding some of the trails there. Really fun time there in Durango, and just the bike culture there is awesome. For those of you who know about Durango Devo and what they've done there with that program. So I'm not going to go over too much here. I think the main thing, like I mentioned, is we're going to have indoor trainers set up this year to ride on Zwift. There are some things to note about there as far as like setting up those. Once you do sign up, or if you are interested in sign up, talk to me. It mainly comes down to what speed bike you have and the rear cassette. Sometimes these direct drive trainers, you can swap out the cassettes. Otherwise, what I do with mine is I just purchase an additional cassette. That way you don't need to take them on and off. So that way it's easy to mount and dismount the bike. Like I mentioned, primary for the Devo middle school and Devo race team who want to get faster, improve their cycling shape. 7-week program. I believe you already have two athletes signed up, so just take note of that. Coming off this call today, that we have 4 spots open for each of those days, and there's your cost information as well. The spring outdoor cycling program, 4-week program, May 7th through May 30th. You can do 1 or 2 days a week. We'll mostly be riding at Frisco. That's where it tends to dry up the fastest there. I even know last year it was it was pretty cold a few days. Not quite the most fun, but still memorable. But I know we had to ride the rec path a few times, which is fine. It's a great way to build some fitness without stopping. I think we rode to my house. I'm between Breck and Frisco. Got a snack, rode back, got in some good miles, and it was a good day. A few of the trips, camps, and events that I mentioned before. So yeah, Fruta, April 26th through the 28th. Um, we'll be camping out at 18 Road. So everything there, as far as costing goes, which includes food. If you want your kids, I know we're kind of in the past, primary parents have came out and camped out, did their own thing while I tended to the kids most of the days, kind of getting to that point with some of the older kids who parents may feel comfortable with letting their kids come with me camping out. I think it teaches a lot of valuable lessons to do that. So just talk to me, but that will include food, transportation, everything like that. Salida day trip, Eagle day trip. I don't think there's anything really to touch base on there. And then you got your Iron Horse Classic race and Durango. I'm going to stop here. I've been talking a lot, but does anyone have questions about spring? Okay, I need some, or post them in the chat if you feel comfortable with doing that. Let's see. I want to see them. Make sure I'm getting any. Most people are off camera. Head nods. You guys can hear me, right? Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Christina. I appreciate the emoji thumbs up. Cool. Okay. Summer. So starting around June is our summer programs. This is where you'll start to see that long-term athlete development model come into play, along with that other square model come into play here. So starting on the top, last year was the first year that we introduced our Intro to Team Summit mountain bike skills program. That is once per week. It's for fall, third to sixth grades. As I mentioned before, kids can come in at different stages, different backgrounds, whatever the case may be, different experiences, abilities. So I try to make that program as open as possible for a wide range of kids. And really all this program is about building fundamentals like skills. It'll be operated out of Frisco primarily. We may do a few practices at Wellington Bike Park, but it's all about repetition of these skills, helping the kids build confidence to get out on the trail. And then as they move on, we have junior Devo, fall third through fifth grades. This is where we're practicing twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're going around Summit County, riding various trails. I'll get into a little bit. We'll have different groups for our junior Devo and Devo groups, kind of based on riding interests and abilities. Then we have Devo, all sixth to eighth grades. And then going down to the left here is going to be somewhat newer. This year is a Devo race program, primarily XC and Enduro racing for fall seventh to eighth grades. 6 spots open for this program, just due to my availability and keeping a 6-to-1 coach to rider ratio right here. I'll touch base more on a little of what all that entails. And then the Gravity mountain bike team. We didn't have it last year. It just didn't quite work out. I think it was running a couple of years prior to that, but happy to bring that back this year. It is open for registration right now too. And I believe Coach Mike is on the call. I'll have him just introduce himself quick once we go over the Gravity program, have him say hi. But Mike's been with me since the start, and he's just been an awesome coach. He's helped across the board, just great with the kids. Shows them a rad time. They have a ton of fun with Mike. So super glad to have Mike back this year and leading that program. And then we have some camp add-ons, Send It Sunday bike park days, these big adventure rides I'm going to touch base on more, which is mainly for the Devo and the Devo race program. Even the Gravity team here, if they would like to be part of those. Have a few skills clinics and things of that nature. So, okay. Intro to mountain bike fundamental program, fall third to sixth grades. So this is a 9-week program in summer. Runs from June 10th to August 7th. I'm gonna have for the intro team, the junior Devo team, and the Devo team all makeup practices scheduled for the week of August 12th. So right after the summer program would end. I know last year we had to cancel practice a ton just with the late afternoon storm. So I want to make sure we at least accommodate for 2 makeup days there and before school starts. Again, I recommend at this level, you go 1 time per week. I offer this program on Mondays or Wednesdays, so you can sign up for whatever one works for your schedule. And like I said, it'll be at Frisco Adventure Park, Peninsula Trails, and the Wellington Bike Park. Junior Devo. So now this is getting to a level for riders who have developed those intro level skills and developed, what is necessary to ride different trails in Summit County. A few things to take note of. 24-inch bike is required here, handbrakes, and can ride on trails for 2 to 3 hours. So within this Junior Devo program, just to help split, because we did have big groups last year. I'm just trying to better organize the way that we start our practices, group kids together, and get them out and riding. Last year, we just have to do like a lot of kids come together at one trailhead, a lot of commotion. So hopefully we can at least use these groups to start with within Junior Devo to help split them up, have a coach leading them, and get them out and riding regularly, because that's what you and you signed them up for and they signed up for. So want to get them out riding. So fun and fundamentals can be for any junior Devo who just wants to have fun, continue building basic fundamentals. Then we have a more speed distance group for returning 4th and 5th graders. So a little bit faster, more mileage here, and they have developed the intro level skills and are ready to progress on those. And then those who are a little starting to get more interested in enduro type riding, jumping, those types of skills. We also have a group for those for 4th and 5th grade. Devo program, fall 6th to 8th grades. Again, to touch base on groups here, we'll have recreational rides, which are what we call mild and medium rides. And then we have our speed and advanced progressive rides, which are our spicy rides. So you'll see those when you're signing up in Play Metrics. So please choose those and talk to me if you have any questions about what you think is the best fit, or you need a recommendation on what's a good fit for your kid. One thing I didn't exactly point it out in this presentation, but with this program, there's an eligible camp add-on. It's called Monday Big Adventure Rides. It's similar to what the town of Breck does. If any of your kids have signed up for that before, they go on a big 4 to 5 hour backcountry ride. We're going to do something similar this year. You can add it on to the program. I haven't scheduled the dates for these yet. I'm still working with Taryn, the town of Breck, just so there's no overlap and want to be on the same page there with her. But that's something you can add on during registration. I do have it set up as waitlist right now because this does require fitness. It does require being out on your bike for 4 to 5 hours. There's a lot of things that go into these bigger rides, and I want to make sure it's a good fit before you go signing up for them. So it's on a wait list. I'll reach out to you once I see that wait list, and then you'll go through the registration process upon approval. But expect 4 to 5 rides over the course of the summer. They'll run on Monday mornings from about, I think, 8:30 to 12:30, 1-ish. So I hope to get those scheduled soon, just so you can check your calendars and add that on if you'd like to. So now the Devo race program, this is for the fall 7th to 8th graders, focusing on both cross country and gravity enduro racing. Hey, thanks. So I think the big thing just I want you all to understand here is the one thing that's going to be different or somewhat different is on Mondays, there's going to be training rides from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Start to introduce interval training here, starting to introduce other things like setting goals for the year, talking about your A, B, and C events, proper nutrition before, during, after races. I mean, this isn't a full performance race program. I'm not going to get them on a training plan, but kind of at this age, they start to know they're interested at this level, and I want to start introducing some of these concepts to them so that get them ready for the high school level if they wish to continue on racing for Summit High School. So with those training rides, also included is the Tuesday and Thursday Devo rides. So I still want these kids to have fun riding with their friends. They can choose if they want to do the progressive or the easy rides, depending on their schedule. Like that's something I'll teach them, right? If you have a race coming up in the next couple of days, take it easy that day. So, and then as I mentioned before, the Devo Big Adventure rides are also included in the cost of this program. So training rides on Mondays, Tuesday and Thursday Devo rides, and then you also get the big adventure rides as part of that. You can see some of the different races, events, including the Town of Breck races, Junior Mountain Bike League, Junior Bike Week, Colorado State Championships, Frisco Funduro. We'll be talking about that if you haven't heard of it. That's going to be a new enduro stage race this year in early June. Firecracker 50. Not all kids do this. I know a few of them last year did like a duo for these Team Summit Gravity Series. I know a lot of our cross country riders from the past few years also do these too. And the Sunday camps are also other things that they can add on. So, and then next I want to talk about the Gravity Devo team. It's going to be for fall 7th to 12th graders, similar to the other two programs, just to help Coach Mike out when you are signing up for this program. Let us know if you're a new enduro or downhill rider, intermediate level or advanced. I think this, just since like this is a new program for this year and Coach Mike leading it, just any open communication to talk to him to kind of, just help him out with this program to begin with would be super helpful. But Mike is going to be running this on Saturdays and Sundays. You can do one day a week, or you can do the full program. And some of this is TBD based on what Coach Mike wants to do, but operating out of Copper Mountain, Keystone, and other downhill-oriented trails, say at Frisco. I don't know, Mike, maybe you can chime in a little bit and share some more, but I have the different camps and add-ons here. If this program wants to participate in the Frisco Funduro. Junior Bike Week does have an enduro race, so definitely welcome to come there. Team Summit Gravity Series, and I know Mike and I even talked a little bit about last year, even though it didn't work out, is the Trestle Gravity Series. So, Mike, if you're able to hear me or just come on, say hi. If you want to add anything, feel free. I know it's new and we can figure things out, but feel free to chime in if you'd like to say anything.
Am I on?
You're on.
Okay, sorry, I'm new to Zoom calls. I'm still figuring it out. Hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mike here.
He's even got
Happy
his
to be
Team
back
Summit
for
jersey
another
on.
season. What's that?
Sorry, go ahead. I said I like to see your Team Summit jersey on.
Yeah,
That's referencing.
I want to make sure you guys recognize me after my lack of hair here.
Yeah. Sorry,
But
go ahead, Mike.
yeah, no, I'm excited to be back for another season. I know we had a lot of fun at Junior Bike Week doing the Enduro series there last year, and the Gravity series at Frisco was super fun. We had some riders doing really well at the Gravity series there at the Peninsula, and yeah, it'd be really fun to get a group of more downhill orientated riders going.
Cool. Thanks, Mike. So any questions about joining that program, please reach out to Mike. And we're excited to bring this program back to Team Summit. Okay, 7:30. I'll try to get you all out here in 10 minutes. Summer races and events. So some are included in the cost of the programs. Some are add-ons, or you have to register through Team Summit. Most of the ones that's included in the cost of the program is because it's locally based. Like, I don't want y'all to have to pay to come to Frisco Funduro to participate, right? Like, we'll just include that in the cost of the program. You have the coaches there. I want as many kids in the county participating in the local races. So Frisco Funduro, it's new this year. It's going to be three different, and I have to relook again, but it's three different stages of races in one day. I believe it's I know it's Aftermath. I think maybe Mammoth, and then I can't think of the other one, the Sky Pilot. I think it's depending on age level too, but it's a three-stage race. No, and I think there's also a dual slalom in there too. It might even be four, but either way, it's going to be a ton of fun. We'll have our teams out there, but anyone is welcome to come participate. I secured a tent spot at the multimedia field, I believe is what they call it. So I'll have the tent set up, snacks, food, water. And we'll just do that as a fun event for obviously the gravity team and anyone on the Devo race teams. We'll definitely try to help them get ready for that. I know it's kind of early season. But those who sign up, say for the spring indoor cycling program or out on riding and the May outdoor program, that would be a good time to start probably practicing some of those courses when they're ready, just to give them a little preview of what to expect before that comes. Junior Bike Week, we've been there the past 2 years. So this is out of Crested Butte. It's from June 21st to 25th. They have this year, they're going to have XC race, enduro race, and I believe it's a short track race this year. They did a pump track challenge. They're still going to have that, but it's not going to be part of like what's counted towards their points or times or whatever. So I think that's a good call, having a short track event versus the pump track challenge. So we camp out. Parents always come out, camp, hang out. Really fun time. There's just kids riding bikes everywhere. A lot of other fun events like skills clinics. I think they throw tires, track stand competitions. So really, really cool experience for your kids to be a part of there. One thing I do want to call out, like spots fill up super fast. I know parents kind of came to me late last year and their XC races were filled. They couldn't get into the events that they wanted. They even have a movie night, which I would love to get the entire team to, but just things fell out super quick. Camping too, getting camping spots. So if you're interested in going or on the line, look into it now, get registered for the events that you need to, and any of those other extracurriculars that I mentioned, because before you know it, like it'll hit March and they'll be sold out. So just wanted to note that. Colorado State Mountain Bike Championships are going to be at Copper Mountain again this year. So this is for our Devo and Devo race teams. They're going to have a short track race one day and then an XC race the next day. Again, this is another one that I include in the cost of the program just because it's local. And then the Breck Rec Junior Race Series. So this is a separate program that you need to sign up through the town of Breck. In the past, we do provide coaching. So we do have coaches there to help support riders. Primarily this year, most of the coaching is going to be focused around, the race team and riders who are interested in racing, but anyone is welcome to show up. We always have coaches who are willing to be there, and get your riders ready for the race. So, one thing, they do give us a discount code, for signing up for their program. You can see they're highlighted in red, TS25. So if you do sign up for the Junior Mountain Bike League, please don't forget about that, just to save yourself some money there. Just a few other camps to touch base on. I do have some intro skills clinics, June 1st. So there's one skills clinic each month, June 1st through 2nd, July 13th through 14th, and August 3rd through 4th. You can do these as in addition to, say, a junior Devo program, or if you're just new and really want to focus on skills for a weekend before you jump into summer, like I highly recommend it. Like I said, repetition is key when it comes to these skills that we're teaching kids, and that's what we do at those clinics. And Sunday bike park camps. We've done these the past 2 years as well. A few scheduled Sundays throughout the summer. This is more for intro and say intermediate younger kids who want to get in some downhill work. And back to what I was saying before about repetition, to give kids, lift assisted rides to ride. I don't even know how much, downhill is great for them. I know it can be tiring and stuff after the end of the day, but because Summit County is really hilly, so to be able to get this type of work in downhill wise is great for these kids. Plus, it's a lot of fun. So, and then in all the intro, junior Devo, and the Devo programs here, we have end of summer bike bash dates still TBD. There last year though we did shuttle rides. We got pizza. I want to plan a middle school camp out before school starts this year, somewhere in the county. So that's including the cost of all the summer programs. Any questions? Summer programming camps. I'll try to finish up here in 5 minutes. I just want to touch more base on a few more things to help you out. Okay. I do have some resources for you as parents. You may be asking which program is best for my kid. I'm just going to open these up. So I try to group these different levels: beginner white level, green, blue, black, red, and then programs that I recommend based on the level that your kid is at. So I kind of include what skills they already know, and say have experience with. So intermediate blue level, these skills, mechanical skills, and then the recommended programs and camps that fit that level. So take note of that as you're going through and sign your kids up. I have a mountain bike and gear guide here too. So I do require some different types of bikes, depending on the program. Intro, 20-inch bike; junior Devo minimum of 24 inches, 2.2-inch wide tires. 1x drivetrain recommended, not required. Devo Adventure program, 26-inch bike, hardtail or full suspension, recommended here. So just take a look through this too, as far as like bike setup goes. Devo race program, Mike, I have some things here: full face helmet, layers, gloves, chest, back protection, knee protection. So we can add there if anything else might comes to your mind. This is one I recommend bookmarking. It's just a high level of pretty much all the dates and things that I went over as far as races, camps, and clinics go, community events. So you can go here, and I'll follow up with all this in an email with the recording and these resources here, but they're just linked out. Oh, not that one. For example, like if you want to register, it'll just bring you like right to play metrics, and you can sign your kid up for that program. So I have it broken down by spring and summer, highlighted based on the category of the event or race, including the town of Breck races there too. Scholarship application process. I'm not sure what the deadline is yet. I'm still been talking to Lily, but I just want to show you quick. I post this in the chat too on Play Metrics. But if you do want to apply for financial assistance, whether you're on your phone or on your laptop, I'll be able to show this. I know how to do it on my phone. Here, I'll just try to show it here. So if you're on your phone and you go under club programs, let's see if I can match this up here. Well, if you go under club programs, you'll click that little drop down, you'll see something here that says financial aid. Hit that little plus button and it takes you through an application to apply for financial aid. Working on deadlines because I know in the past there's like a spring and a summer deadline, so I'll share those as soon as I know about them. And then here are just links to the register for 2024 programs, trips, and camps. A little bit different this year as far as like play metric goes and filtering between everything that I just shared. So mountain biking here is the programs, and then mountain biking camps are like the trips, clinics, Send It Sundays. So if you want to filter by just those, you'll see everything here from the day trips, Frisco Funduro, Eagle day trips, and then here are your programs. So like I mentioned before, if you go into a program and you look at it, you'll see all the details that I just went over today. You'll see all the details: age, grade level, One thing to note with play metrics, especially between say like the fifth and sixth grade, like play metric works off of age. The way I set up programs is based off of grade. So you might see your kids eligible for both junior Devo and Devo, for example. Um, so when it's spring, it's the current grade that they're in, but when it comes to summer, it's next year fall. So if your kid's in fifth grade this year, the program that they would be eligible, and I want you to sign them up for, is going to be Devo, the Devo program for sixth to eighth graders in fall. So let me know if you have questions there, but I hope that makes sense on that level. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you still want to continue to just get communication, but not quite sign your kids up yet, you can just sign up for this program that I've linked out right there. It's just like a newsletter. It gets you on our list and then play metrics, and you'll see a different calendar of events and things that we have planned, just in case you want to stay up to date that way. So, oh yeah, Team Summit Family Rider Orientation. Still a little TBD, but I'm planning right now for Saturday, June 1st. It's going to either be at the Frisco Day Lodge or at the Firehouse at Copper Mountain. Group rides, pick up your jerseys, intro to the program, myself, other coaches. Had a ton of fun last year. We did this at Frisco, had some good food, lots of cookies. So I'll post this on the calendar as soon as I get this finalized. Parent player coach communication. So once you're part of our programs, you sign up on Play Metrics, you'll get an invite to the teams or camps that you sign up for. That's where I'll post all the schedules and communicate to you through. I'll do my best to post practice locations and routes ahead of time. And what I need you to do for me, one, have two guardians on the app, including email and phone numbers. You don't know how many times I need to get hold of a parent at practice for a kid that needed something. And I try to go on Play Metrics under that kid's name, and there's no phone number. So like, how the heck do I get a hold of this parent? Like email them? I don't think that's the best way. So two guardians, all your contact info, as much as you can give me there for any type of emergency or whatever it is I need there. And I also need you to set your practice attendance. This is more for the summer programming, 2 days in advance. This just helps me plan for coaching, keep costs of the program in check too. So if you can do those things for me on Play Metrics, I'd really appreciate it. Quick to touch on team apparel and gear. Every year we get a new jersey design. This is last year's design. Last year we ran it through Volair. I'm going to go with them again. The process was super smooth. They came on time and it's easy to hand them out. They label them and everything. So I'm going to go through with them again. It's a separate, they have like different open team periods to order your jerseys. So they'll give you 2 weeks to make your purchase. They get shipped to us. And then if I need to open up another order period, I do that. But I know what happened last year, and what I'll try to recommend to you now is sign up your kids for these programs as soon as you can, because you'll get notified of the first jersey ordering period, and you'll get your jersey for the entire, spring/summer programs. Last year, parents come into me in May, program started in June. They asked, how can I get a jersey? I'm like, I can open up another store, but they're not going to get here till midsummer. So just something to take note of as far as apparel and gear goes for jerseys and socks and things like that. So we're online too. I post a lot of photos and videos. Make sure to follow us. You'll get an inside look at all the action and things we're doing as a team. So thanks for making it. Check out those resources. I'll follow up with this on the recording, register your athletes, and then I'll eventually get into creating the spring summer program team schedules and events on the calendar and Play Metrics. So thank you all again for making it today. Listening to me walk through this. Please share this with others who you think may be interested, but looking forward to having you all be part of this team here. And thanks again. So I'll stay on for questions. If you got to head out, appreciate your time. But I'll stay on for a few more minutes here and answer any questions you have. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hey, I got
Brittany, I hear you.
a
Oh, go
question.
ahead. Yep.
Yeah, the resources sheet that you had posted up there, where is that on Play Metrics?
The important events and dates.
No, like I don't know, it's like a Word document where you could click on different things that showed the skill levels and the just like the equipment. There's little links in your Word document. I don't know.
Yeah. I believe this is Trey, right?
Yeah.
Hey Trey, how you doing? Excited to have Johnny
Good.
back. So what I did last year, and I actually don't know how many parents know about this, but let's see here. See if I can find it again. Maybe it's gotta be at this level. So there's a club resources folder. So I had one here last year for 2023. Important dates, this recording, bike equipment, team summit, mountain bike skills progression level. So I'll create a new folder here for 2024. I'll add all these links, Trey, and then in the follow-up email that I send out on this chain that I've been running for this event, I'll include a link for how to access all these resources that I just shared. So people, parents know in the club resources that they can go there to find anything like this.
Okay, cool. I just didn't see it yet, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, Brittany, I think you've been talking, but I don't hear you. You look happy as always, though. I can't hear you, Brittany, but if you want to chat on the phone, happy to chat on the phone. Say hi to Leo and Lee for me. And little puppy. I forget the name. I can't remember the name. But I'm sure I'll see little puppy soon again. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. So I have a few others on. If you have more questions, always happy to chat one-on-one too. All right. Thank you all.